Hello, Fur Grove Falcons. This is Mrs. Jarrett, and today I'm going to read you a story called Sparky. It was written by Jenny Offel and Chris Applehands. It was published by the Swartz Wade Books of New York. So the girl here says, I wanted a pet. A bird, or a bunny, or a trained seal. My mother said no to the bird, no to the bunny, and no, no, no to the trained seal. I asked her every day for a month until she finally said, oh, you can have any pet you want as long as it doesn't need to be walked or bathed or fed. So I made her a promise. Then I went to see the school librarian. Mrs. Kinklebaum, who knows everything in the world, pointed me to a volume 5 of the Animal Encyclopedia. Remember, boys and girls, an encyclopedia is a book of facts. So if you wanted to find out about, say, animal of some kind, you would just have to look up the animal under the first letter of its name. So, volume 5 apparently was the S volume. And this is what she found. Sloth. Sloths have been known to sleep more than 16 hours a day. They sometimes hang upside down in trees, barely moving for long periods of time. They survive by eating leaves and drinking the dew that collects in them. It is said that sloths are the laziest animals in the world. And then underneath it looks like it was going to start with snake. But it's cut off there. Oh, so her sloth arrived by express mail. He was about the size of a medium-ish dog with a flat nose and a monkey face. My mother wasn't happy, but a promise is a promise, I said. Sparky, I decided. That will be your name. I took him outside to his tree. Sparky went right to sleep. I made a sign and put it under the tree. Guard sloth, enter at your own peril. Look, she put big old sharp teeth on him. He doesn't look like that up there, though, does he? So it was 2 days before I saw him awake. So she went out at night and in the rain, and then the next day. Oh, and he's finally awake, so she grabs him. She's carrying him around. He didn't know a lot of games, so I taught him some. We played King of the Mountain. I won. We played hide and seek, and I won. We played Kung Fu Fighter, and I won. We played Statue, and Sparky was very, very good. That weekend, Mary Potts came over to investigate. Let me show you what Mary Potts is like. This is a picture of her room. So everything is very neat and tidy. All her pencils are sharpened. And on the wall, she's got 3 awards. One for excellence in permission slip compliance, one for best fire drill liner upper, and one for most likely to chew closed-mouthed at school or in the lunchroom. Before she even took off her coat, Mary said, "Let me see your new pet." I had some worries, but I took her out to Sparky's tree. He opened his eyes and looked at us. Then he closed them again. I rubbed his belly, but it was too late. We stood there for a while watching him sleep. His fur ruffled gently in the breeze. "Oh, I feel sorry for you," Mary said. "My cat can dance on her hind legs, and my parrot knows 20 words, including God and ice cream." "Sparky knows tricks too," I told her, but she didn't believe me. The next day, I made a poster and nailed it to the tree outside Mary Potts' house. It says, "Trained Sloth Extravaganza. Countless tricks to mystify you. Just 7 days away." I wonder how she's going to train that sloth. All week we trained in secret. Sometimes Sparky slept through practice and I had to poke him awake. Sometimes he forgot what he was doing and we had to start over. Sometimes he took so long to fetch that I went inside and had dinner while I waited. I was starting to think the poster had been a mistake, but a promise is a promise. On the day of the trained sloth extravaganza, my mother set up lawn chairs. 3 people came to see Sparky perform. My mother, Mary Potts, and Mrs. Edwin, the crossing guard. Mrs. Edwin approved of Sparky because he never ran in the street. "Do I look like a ringmaster?" I asked my mother. "You look very interesting," she told me. See, she's put on a cape and a helmet. I think the helmet is a kitchen colander. I put a little glitter on Sparky just before the curtain went up. I kept wishing I had written 2 tricks on the poster instead of countless tricks. "Play dead, Sparky," I said, and he did. "Roll over," I said, and he didn't. "Speak," I commanded. We all waited and waited. "Speak," I said. Sparky looked at me. The only thing you could hear was the wind in the trees. "He has a very pretty coat, doesn't he?" Mrs. Edwin said finally. I think Mrs. Edwin is probably very kind, like our own Mrs. Faber and Mrs. Wyke. "You can't just invent a brand new pet like that," Mary told me. "A pet no one's ever even had." My mother came out with lemonade and cookies, but everybody said they had to be going. Sparky and I watched them. Then my mother made me put the chairs away. Afterward, I gave Sparky a cookie, but he ate it so slowly that I took it back again. It was getting dark out. I looked at him, and he looked at me. You could hear all the neighborhood dogs barking. I reached over and tagged him on his claw. "You're it, Sparky," I said. And for a long, long time, he was. Okay, boys and girls, that's it for our story about Sparky the Sloth today. I hope you are all staying safe, and I miss you very much. Until the next time.